Kerry, good morning.
Good morning,
To
Neil.
everybody
I
else
just
that's
want to
holding,
make
hold
a
on,
point.
I will get you. Go ahead, Kerry.
I just want to make a point about something you were saying there online. Out of the 6,000 people that were in Dublin on Saturday, not all of them were against masks, and not all of them are against vaccines. There was hundreds of people there with masks on, and no problem at all. It's not about anti-mask. It's not about anti-vaccine. It's anti-government lockdown. And that's what that was about. And the same Saturday coming, it's anti-government lockdown. Let people have their lives back.
But aren't they all connected? Lockdown, masks, COVID, vaccine.
When you paint them all with one brush, yes. But like to disregard 6,000 people and judge them on that 1 minute incident by a group of thuggish teenagers at the very, very start of the thing, and to paint everyone else there with that brush is not right. There was hours of 6,000 and 7,000 people walking up O'Connell Street, up by the Garden of Remembrance, back down to the GPO, and not one incident. Not one incident.
Until they were infiltrated by these thugs and this character with the rockets.
That happened. No. That happened at the very start. At the very start is when that little minute of trouble happened. And it was by two individuals firing those smoke bombs at the guards. And not everyone else that was there was like, we were shocked first all that had happened, and second off, it just was that little incident.
Were you there?
I was there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
I'll be there Saturday coming as well.
Were you at all? Were you ever? Because some of the video footage saw people running. They looked as if they were in danger, and then the guards were moving, of course, and people were pinned up against windows of shops and what have you.
And come here, that was very wrong. But what set that off was those two thugs. But the rest of us were there in a very peaceful manner. And people did run because the riot police came running at them, was firing rubber bullets. I don't know if they discharged mace or something. I don't know. But people did run. Even the people
you just said that they fired rubber bullets.
Yes, the riot police fired rubber bullets at the crowd.
Did you see that?
I saw that, and one gentleman got shot in the ankle.
Okay, because I've been reading an awful lot about this and watching as much as I can about it, and so far I haven't seen anything about them firing anything, never mind a rubber bullet.
I was right up the front where that incident happened, right up the front. I'm actually in one of the videos, and I was right up the front when I saw that happen.
Right.
They pulled out, they shot something at them. There was one guy hitting the ankle, and they were saying it was a rubber bullet.
You don't think it might have been a canister for, I don't know, some kind of gas that they might use, or
no, they didn't
mace
fire any. No, the riot police didn't fire any canisters or something. They shot something and then they charged.
Okay. So
and everybody else that was there peacefully got caught up in that as well. But that's very wrong to paint everyone there like it was a thuggish, crazy day. It was that 1.5 minute clip. And the rest of the day went on peacefully after those thugs were ejected from the crowd. Because our own people took action against those thugs and threw them out of the crowd, because that's not what we wanted at all.
When you say how many of you travelled up as a group?
From the south of Ireland.
Well, say for instance your own gang or your own group.
Oh, well, there was 3 of us there.
Okay.
But I do know collectively of a lot more people.
Who travelled from all over the country, or a lot went from Cork?
Exactly, all over the country.
Okay.
From Kerry up to the north.
Did you have banners? Did you have a flag? Did you wear masks?
I had a flag. Some of them had banners. Like there was women, children dressing their kids up with all peaceful protest, like to come and just join together to say this isn't acceptable. I know 8 people who have committed suicide since February last year. I know one person who died of COVID, which was very sad for their families, etc. But in that, saying that, I know at least 4 or 5 people who caught COVID and recovered.
Okay. And so you had no issue at all with travelling outside your 5K while the rest of the sheep will stay within the 5K, is it?
Look, everybody has the right to decide their own life forward. I'm not going to live in fear, and I would never will.
Do you go anywhere you want at any time? Like, you don't stay with...
Anywhere I want at any time, I'm going to go. If I'm stopped, so be it. But I don't see why... Like, I have a constitutional right as well. And the Gardaí stepping all over what they swore an oath to.
And were you okay? Were you okay with lockdown 1? Were you okay last March, April, May, or did you just get fed up?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't really okay, because I tell you why now. Leo Varadkar came on the television and told us all we have to stay within 2 kilometres because there's this deadly virus. Now, this is the guy that was having all the information about this from abroad, through all the ministers, the whole collective EU. He had information about that, and he told us all to stay at home.
Yeah, I know that, but let's not engage in a history lesson now.
No, but hang on. What I'm saying was, he then went to the park with his buddies drinking on a beautiful day. Now, if he knows that information is so bad, why is he going off to the park? Why is there golf things? Why is there people coming in from abroad for it?
Because there was a relaxation at that stage when people could gather in small groups in public.
But I'm talking about weren't allowed to travel outside.
Anyway, you don't abide by the 5K. Do your kids abide by the 5K?
Well, he hasn't really gone out anywhere, to be honest. It's kind of sad, really. At his age, he should be out and enjoying life, going to college and having a great time.
Were there any kids who were up there were frightened on Saturday when you were there? Because you were there, I wasn't, so I'm keen to know. I was
there. No, the people that you saw up the front or in that video, that was separate to the real crowd, which was on the other side, right? Okay. So there was a more of a thuggish, I would say, crowd right up the front, trying to instigate stuff. Okay, and what if they travel to Cork, or we have an equivalent thuggish group down in Cork waiting to do the same on Saturday? We probably will, because they're trying to put it out there that we're violent, anti-maskers, anti-vaccines, and that's not the truth. So you're just anti-maskers, anti-vaccines, but you're not violent? I'm not anti-masker. I'm not anti-vaccine either. We're none of this. We're anti-government, and I'm anti-violence, if anything. I get confused. You're anti-government, why? Like, for all other reasons, or because of lockdown and the vaccine and because COVID and masks? Right? No. I mean, did you wear a mask on Saturday? I didn't, no. Well, then you're anti-COVID, anti-mask. I'm not at all. My friends wear masks. I'm not talking about your friends, Kerry. I'm talking about if you don't wear a mask in public and you don't stay within the 5K, what does that make you? Well, yes, in that sense, me personally, I would be against wearing the mask. And that's me personally. Okay. Do I respect other people's right to wear a mask? Absolutely. Is it too much to expect the same back? I don't think so. So thank you for wearing a mask and not passing on COVID with a sneeze, but I'm not going to do the same as you, but well done all the same, is it? No, it's be responsible. Obviously, if you've a cold or a cough or feel unwell, stay the hell at home. We do have to protect our vulnerable, absolutely. But since when are we allowing the government? But why do you say we have to protect our vulnerable when you have 6,000 people who could be deemed a super spreader marching through the streets of Dublin, and the same thing could happen Saturday in Cork? There was old people amongst that crowd as well. There was very old people amongst them as well. And they were quite happy to turn up without their mask and stand with everyone else there. So if they can do it and they're considered the vulnerable, then everyone else should have the same right. Okay, and did you drive to Dublin? Did you drive to the march? I drove, yeah. And were you stopped at all on the way up or down? Outside of Dublin, I was. And what was that conversation like? Sorry, did you mean stop and ask me a question? Yeah. I passed 4 checkpoints and I wasn't stopped at one. But I did, on the whole motorway, it was just outside Dublin, there was 4 checkpoints. And did they ask you anything? They didn't even stop me. Everyone got waved through. Okay. The guards have had enough as well. So they saw C-Reg cars and they just waved you on? No. I'm just saying in general, the guards have had enough. They're out being expected to go against their own people and then stand up and take abuse from it.
So you'll be there Saturday? You'll be there in Cork on Saturday?
Will of course be there. Absolutely.
Okay. Talk to you after that. Appreciate you taking the call.